Hello, IGN. My name is Jose Otero. I'm here with Daniel Orihuela from Nintendo of America's Treehouse, and he is here with Puzzle & Dragons Z plus Puzzle & Dragons Super Mario Bros. Edition. Got to point out that plus, it's not an and. And Daniel, take it away. So off the bat, just so people know, this is the title screen.
This is the title screen. You do get access to 2 games in 1 cartridge, which is awesome. So I can just actually scroll between the 2. You'll always start off here on the Puzzle & Dragons Super Mario Bros. Edition side, but you can just quickly, from the very beginning, always jump to the other side. Mm-hmm. There are some differences between the 2. We kind of did that whole piece going through a bit of the Super Mario Bros. Edition. Now we're going to dive in, as you talked about, into the Puzzle & Dragons Z side.
Definitely check that out, especially if you're new to Puzzle & Dragons, because we kind of walk through a lot of how the orb and match gameplay works, because it's very different than a lot of match 3 games that you may be familiar with or may not be familiar with.
Correct, because it's about, you have a timer, you can drag the orb for as long as you want, change the position, all those things apply.
Yep.
Now, Puzzle & Dragons Z, different take on it. Has its own story. It's a whole different world. You basically are out trying to save the world, though. So, yes, you can play as a male or female hero when you start up the game. And you kind of start off as you play as a male or female hero. There's a big story behind it. Essentially, I'm gonna leave the city right now. We'll come back to this a little bit later. I'm going to go into the gameplay. But the base story to understand is essentially, as you became a ranger, you encounter this little cute character named Syrup, who's kind of a helper on your side, just kind of talking about stuff. And as you're about to go on your first mission, you end up getting attacked by this character named Lord Dogma, who's the leader of this evil group called Paradox.
Okay.
And he's basically captured the 5 legendary sky dragons of wood, fire, water, light, and dark.
Okay.
Hence, there are 5 areas you have to go through, and the 6th one at the end. And as you go through that, he basically harnessed the power of those legendary sky dragons to literally rip the world up into pieces, like puzzle pieces. Like you see, when you see a cutscene, there's like puzzle pieces rising from the ground as he destroys everything. And you're then tasked to now defeat Lord Dogma.
Okay.
Now, when you meet this character, Syrup's able to defend you in that beginning story point, and you kind of realize that there's more to Syrup than you realize. And now, besides that, now if I go back to that map again real quick, I'll kind of just quit out of here real quick so I can see that map. Oops, let's leave this area. So this map here I was showing is you have your first area called Zed City, which is this first part right here. That's where you start off. When the world is first broken apart, literally you can't even leave your city.
Okay, got it.
So you basically have to find something called the World Piece, Piece.
Okay.
Kind of you have to play with the words there. And Syrup is the only one who can read the dragon language that is on it to activate that World Piece, which allows Zed City to connect back to the first continent.
Got it.
Which is the Harai area.
Okay.
And then as you go to the Harai area, which is, I've already defeated it, you start here at the way back level here, and you basically defeat all the dungeons in here to then unlock the next area as you go through, and you keep in the progression. And in each area, there's a kind of a boss, which there are 5 legendary sky dragons. There are 5 evil lieutenants essentially under Dogma, his top henchmen.
Okay.
They're part of a group called Genesis.
Okay.
Or Genius Group. Sorry, the Genius Group. I apologize, not Genesis. Genius is the one I meant to say.
I was going to say the Phil Collins app?
I know. No, Genius is the Genius.
Okay.
So the first one here, you actually encounter the character of that boss character as you play through the level. There's a lot of really funny dialogue as you go through that.
Okay.
This first one's kind of a bit more of an emo type character. He asks you, like, should I wear shoes or sandals? And there's some fun dialogue you get to engage with. It doesn't really affect the overall gameplay, but it's really fun to see because there are different discussion paths.
Got it.
So there's some fun dialogue that's in there, and they put a lot of, and it was localized by the Treehouse, by the anime localization team.
Okay.
Specifically, and they did a really good job putting a lot of really funny, humorous moments into here. And same thing in this here. Now, this one, in the second area, you are dealing with the Water Sky Dragon.
Got it.
And I'm already here in this last area of the Water Temple. And you're actually fighting twins, these 2 twins who always bicker and argue. They're the ones who are at the end. I'm going to start in the level just before the final level, just to kind of give some good context here.
Okay.
You have to pick your team again. You can have multiple teams you can put together as well.
Okay.
You only have 3 options, though, this time. 4. Unlike in the previous one, you had 6 in the Mario version.
Okay.
So I'm going to pick my different teammates. I already know I have access to all the orbs in this one, so you can actually choose how you want to organize your monsters by actually removing. So I can actually tap on these orbs at the bottom, and it removes all the monsters of that color.
Okay. Got it.
So in this case, though, it's a bit different here is that this first slot here, you see that character with the flag, the Peardron?
Yes.
He has a flag now. He's in the lead slot.
Okay.
Now, we talked a little about leader skills before, how it passively helps your whole team.
Yes.
Now, this one, basically every monster has a leader skill.
Okay.
The
so
trick
any
though,
monster can be a leader, unlike in the Mario edition. Mario and Luigi specifically were allowed to be leaders.
correct. This
Okay.
more choices here now.
Okay.
Now the trick is that the only way a leader skill is active is if they're in that first slot.
Okay.
So you have to debate who do you want to put in that very first slot and
Got
decide
it.
and debate that.
Okay.
Since I'm fighting the water, the water sky dragon, I'm on purpose going to. I'm gonna put a little more. I'm gonna go with a little bit more wood instead.
Okay.
So I'm going to this team here, and actually got to drop out him. A more powerful wood access in there. Yeah, this is kind of the debate we start getting. There's over 250 monsters in the game, so a lot of times you eventually will have to like really debate
That's
what you
a lot
want to
of
bring
monsters.
in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you might end up picking like your favorite 10. That's who you really focus on leveling up until you're like, oh, I'm really stuck. And you know, it's like, oh, this other monster has an amazing skill or leader skill. I should really start leveling him up to try to get him back into the game. So let's do that. So I'm going to stick with this team to start. Oops.
Okay, and we've got our crew.
Here's my crew. And now when you go in, you still get to pick your helper. Helpers are either randomly generated, or you can get them via Street Pass.
Got it.
In this version, I don't have any Street Pass right now, because I haven't Street Passed anybody with this system. But yeah, you would see them down here. Instead of saying Adventurer, it would just say Street Pass.
Okay, got it.
And the Street Pass character is a one-time usage. Once you use that character, it's gone.
So the adventurers are just randomly generated,
Yes.
as you said. Awesome. Okay, with the Street Pass underneath. So who are you going to pick? Who do you...
I'm looking at, so I'm actually evaluating what they have, like what their skills are. Guard break, lower defensive. Oh, ooh, I like that. His active skill.
Okay.
And raises the window. Let's go with this. Let's go with Cynthia. So I'm going into the dungeon area here. Now, off the bat, right there, you kind of saw a little difference there. In the Mario version, you had pretty much a very linear path. You can only take the next phase you were going into.
Yep.
What's cool about this one is that the maps are much broader. You can see the whole map from the beginning.
Yes.
So you can start debating which direction you want to go into, how you want to go through this level. There's certain items you want to gather.
And that's something even prior versions of Puzzle and Dragons didn't really do.
No,
right? Like
yeah.
full access to the map to see sort of what you have access to.
Correct. That is something
Okay.
different from the franchise, very much so.
Yeah.
The other cool.
I'm sorry, just for context for
sure.
folks. Even though Puzzle and Dragons Z is a bit more in line with traditional Puzzle and Dragons than say the Mario Brothers edition. Okay.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
And what's other cool thing here is skills. Skills are very different in this game than the previous one. So in the Puzzle and Dragon mobile version or in the Super Mario Bros. Edition, you have to wait a certain number of turns before you can activate that skill. In this one, skills are based on what's called skill points. You have a shared pool in the bottom right-hand corner of the upper screen. It says 2 out of 6.
Yep.
I basically have 2 skill points. So right now, only 3 of my guys can use their skills right now. So I actually am going to, on purpose, use one of them just to show what it looks like. I'm going to use Guard Break.
Okay.
Slower defense. So now it uses up those 2 points, and now I have no points left. So now none of my skills are active. Now
And do those regenerate as you play?
they do. So there's a little meter right next to that 0 of 6. And as I defeat enemies, what I'm going to do right now, as I fight, it starts giving me those options of what I want to do. So
Okay.
that's not very powerful combo.
Daniel, where's the combos?
I'm working on it. So let's see what I can do here. Oh, I screwed up the last second. there.
One away.
Yep.
I saw that. You're trying to light up those lights,
I
correct?
was trying up the light. And I was trying to get this. The other one I want to get in there is. Yeah, let's do that.
Nice.
I want to get some wood in there.
Okay.
The wood element. And you see that meter going, that my skill's kind of improving again. Went up to 1 out of 6.
Okay, and you took out one enemy
Correct.
for help. All right, cool. What's that meter by the... Oh, okay, so it's the red meter on the side.
Next to the 1 of 6?
Yes, to the one
Now
of
so you
6.
see it's filled up, but I got a skill point.
Yep.
And that's kind of what you're trying to fill up as you go through the game.
Oh, and that puzzle piece. So,
The chip.
yes.
The chips are used, so instead of in the Mario version you had transformations. In this game you have what are called evolutions. And you're able to evolve your characters by gathering the needed chips to make it happen. Every monster is different and how you want to evolve them, and that works that way. So here I'm at a different pathway. I'll let you pick, Jose. Do you want me to go center, left, or right?
Center's looking good, unless... Yeah, because on the right, I mean, what is sort of that icon over...
It's like a metal dragon. It looks like a metal dragon. Which
okay, you know what? Let's go for that. Yeah.
And there's even a little extra thing I have to defeat on the right side if I go that way. So let's clear green. But I got to make sure I don't by accident clear another color set of orbs. There we go.
Okay. Because if you do, that can that can lead you in another direction, I see.
Correct.
Okay.
So now I need to. So now I actually have to defeat this little mini thing. So it's wood based, so I probably want to use fire.
Okay.
To break through that
Simple
way.
enough.
What's kind of cool too when I use that Z orb, which triples the damage you would when you complete a combo with it.
Yeah.
Or chain, it triples the damage. What's cool though is that you get that cool little Z effect.
Yes. And so they call it the Z orb here versus the Super Orb in the Mario edition.
Correct.
But these are the only 2 games in the Puzzle and Dragons series that actually have this sort of special orb that increases whatever the output of the combo was by 3.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you had mentioned that before, so I just wanted to make sure folks were reminded, especially if you missed out. But you should definitely check out those commentaries because there's a lot of good stuff in there.
There's a lot of good content in there, and it shows. It also shows how much content really is in this game. Like these aren't. It's not like there's like little 2 small games. These are complete, full-blown games that have
microtransaction free at that.
Yes,
you're not charging for anything additional.
There's no additional charge. All the content is built into the game right off the bat. So, and for the Puzzle and Dragon Z side, there even will be like online distributions to give you access to special dungeons to try to get extra characters.
Got it.
Oh, and actually, let's just this is your friend Nick, who actually passed Dragon Tamer training with you at the very beginning of the game.
Okay. He's
kind of a big muscle-bound guy. He always lifting weights, and he even tried to name your buddy here Syrup. He tried to name him by a different name, like Super White Fluffy, some funny name, and Syrup didn't want it.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's his name, Nick. There helping you out.
And so you encounter people like these in the dungeons from time to time.
Well, you probably figured it out, but this gives it's the kind of way they either have some funny humor or sometimes giving you advice to the game. Like, did you know you can make your skill points recharge faster?
Okay. And so they walk you through how to do that.
Right. So it's not just about making sure. So telling you instead of just let's say, oh, I only want to fight with I only want to use my wood elemental attack. He's like, no, you always want to be trying to get as many combos as possible because it helps refill the skill point gauge even faster.
Okay.
So it's a simple tip, and there he's kind of showing off his muscles.
And the muscular pose, and then we're out.
Yes. Then we're out. So let's keep going through this real quick.
So we have the Ice Knight, and we have another sort of dragon. Let's see if this will get you through. Oh, you almost got.
So there's the Ice Knight. So you said here, you can see the names up there. There's a Mystic Ice Knight and a Zab Lion.
Yeah, and can you choose who you're attacking, or
you can choose with the L and R buttons. You can focus. So actually, I'm going to focus on the Mystic Ice Knight because I want to make sure he goes down because he's about to attack me. So I don't want to have to deal with him.
Okay.
It's the best way to.
You have some wood combos.
That's not what I want to do at all. Oh, I screwed that up horribly.
No. Well, is it enough though? Well, at least you got rid of the Ice Knight.
I got the guy I was focused on.
And you also have 6 of 6 skill points right
good
now.
point.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. The point too that's different than the Super Mario Bros. Edition is sometimes when you let's say you have to wait 13 turns to get a skill, you're like, I gotta not waste the skill. Gotta save it for the boss.
Yep.
Right now I have full 6 points. So basically, by not using any skills, I'm not gaining any more skill points.
Yep.
You can't go above that. So I'm gonna use my Flame Breath, which does direct damage.
Yep.
I didn't take him out, though. But again, it doesn't count as my turn, so I can even use another skill. And it's funny, I can use that same skill again.
Because you have enough points to use it.
I had enough points to use it.
That really changes the way this game...
It's a subtle change, but it does really change how you would play it.
That's big. Now let's see if you can deliver with the big combo.
Well, that's
all
what
right,
I got.
We've got something.
Enough. That's not take him out. Not concerned.
You got him.
That lion.
Nice.
And so my character's leveled up. That's another difference, too, here, is that you do gain experience as you're fighting through the game as well.
Okay. So we have... Okay, that was a pretty good combo. Oh, no. We're under attack.
No worries.
Let's see where... Wow. Of course you would. Of course you would deliver a pretty good combo. 10, in fact. So in Mario Edition, if you cleared 12 combo of 12, you got...
An extra life.
Yeah, an extra life. Is there anything like that here?
Nope.
Okay, more traditional rules.
More traditional rules in that one.
With Puzzle Dragons. Okay, so we have here Sapphire Dragon, if I read the name at the top right.
Yep.
Yes, okay.
Sapphire Dragon. So let's see what I want to do to get... Yeah, some people might be like, why is he waiting? I'm actually debating what I want to do as my next move before I move forward. So, and he's water-based, so actually wood is a powerful thing. So,
nice. Okay. Unleash the light orbs with a Z orb, correct?
Yep. And I use a zero in there as well.
Okay.
Oh, and he ran away, which sucks.
Oh, no.
He's very similar to the coffers
Yes.
that we talked about before, where if you are able to capture him, he does give a lot of experience if you transfer his egg over.
Okay.
Which we'll get to a little bit. How you get experience a little different.
And just like Super Mario Bros. Edition, after you clear these enemies, you have a chance to catch some of them, but it is still randomly generated, correct?
It is
like
randomly,
random
but
chance.
instead of capturing them outright, you get them in an egg.
Okay.
You capture an egg.
Okay.
And that's a little different than before in that. Let me get this.
Yeah, there's no eggs required in the sort of last one. Not even Yoshi's laying eggs.
Correct. Yeah. In this one, with the eggs, what you're doing here is that when you get the eggs, you then have to take them back to the Dragon Lab and hatch them.
Okay.
To determine what monster's in them.
Got it. Got it. Okay, let's see. Okay, you got some recovery. You got a lot of recovery, actually.
Yep. Oh, but nothing attacked. Oh, because it was all points. I have no dark.
But you've got skill points. Those skill points. It really does change the way the flow of this game works. I can see myself definitely dipping into the skill jar a lot, just because they come back so quickly as long as you're clearing orbs.
Now, here's an interesting skill called Howl. Now, normally you have to get at least a certain number of chain combo. You have to do another combo in order to have your attack all the enemies versus going. You saw sometimes my attack going to one enemy at a time, or sometimes hits everyone on the screen at once. By using Howl as a skill, though, instead of having to make that minimum threshold, I automatically will attack everybody with the same attack.
Okay.
4 skill points, but it was worth it.
It was worth it. All right, let's see. What's this combo going to be? Okay.
Got one out.
There you go. Ah, you've got this other one in the
Yeah,
bag.
this one shouldn't be too bad.
So then we got the water dragon will be the final boss.
We have to actually switch to a different dungeon. I can actually do that right now. Just 'cause I want to show you that bigger map layer. So I'll probably just switch out right now out of this one.
Yeah.
So you see the map? There's a different boss there. I'm just going to switch out of here.
Okay.
And just leave the dungeon.
And similar to Super Mario Bros. Edition, anything that you picked up along the way, you get to keep?
No.
Or no? Here they don't do that, so you lost those... what?
The chips I gathered, I
Yes.
lose in this situation here.
Okay,
So yeah,
okay.
those like if you die in here, there's no extra lives.
So these are very different games. So you can't, for example, the one-up mushroom that you can then use to like continue from that point, non-existent in Puzzle Dragon Z. I hope you're getting all that, people, because this is so they're very different experiences.
Yes.
To some degree, even though they're based around the rules of the same game.
Yes, they feel similar, but then in some ways you're like, oh wait, there's these subtle differences you have to actually worry about as you play through the game. Now, my difference, I'm going to the main final dungeon here, so I'm actually going to on purpose choose because I don't want to only just go green. I didn't like that I wasn't having any purple attack or dark, so I'm actually going to on purpose go with this level 23 adventure from Norman.
Okay.
Which raises the attack of your monsters by 1.5 as long as your HP is 4. Oh, that's not a bad skill to have there.
40% or less. Okay, so
Right.
when you're in
So
trouble.
he's in the helper slot.
Yeah.
So the same thing again. If a monster's in the helper slot, which only you can't choose to put your own helpers at, these are all randomly generated or via Street Pass.
Okay.
So this is more of you saw that map is more of a straight path this time around.
Got it. So we're gonna zoom ahead to the boss for you folks.
I'm
so
gonna
we're
zoom?
gonna use the magic of teleportation. All right, we're at a boss. Let's talk about this. So wait, first of all, who's Junjun?
Junjun. These are so we were talking a little about those lieutenants, those major or not lieutenants or major characters under Lord Dogma who are part of the Genius Group.
Okay.
And this is one of the characters you get to fight, which is Junjun, who have captured the legendary water dragon.
Okay.
So now they have their own little. They never said they were twin brothers. Now they just said they are officially twin brothers.
Of course.
So you can just have that little text box. You can say,
Sassy. Yeah, I know.
I'm going to say, no, I never would have guessed it.
Okay, so these two are then never agree on anything. All right, so this is the sort of the treehouse.
And there's their full name, Moo and Junjun.
Okay, got it.
So
we're going to battle them.
Sarah's basically like, this is ridiculous. Now they're arguing which one's better.
Okay. So here's your treehouse sort of touch for everything. These sort of the fun, sort of random, but here it is, the blue sky dragon.
Yes.
All right. So can you capture these? The goal of the story is to sort of free these dragons again. Do they become part of your team?
No.
Okay. I'm glad you put that out
Well,
there.
I'm not sure if I want to give too much away.
Okay, don't.
Yeah.
Then save
give
it.
too much away.
Yeah. No, for sure.
In theory, no, you cannot.
Okay, so
There's-
he's got a big blue bar, by the way. How do you
Yes.
tackle this? You got 6 skill points to go.
So that's what I'm going to start using right off the bat. So let's start using. First, I'm going to use Howl to make so my. I don't use that one. I'm going to use Wood Boost. Raise your wood attack for 1 turn. Let's do that. And then I'll save that one for a little bit. So let's decide.
All right, so you've got.
Basically, need to try to use as much wood attack against him as the most powerful thing to use against him.
Okay. And he's got his skill, which is going to be.
Power up pills. He's
big
kind of just making
problem.
himself more powerful.
Yeah,
So
in
let's
2
see.
turns. Okay. Got a lot on that one. Still though. Ooh.
It'd take a lot of damage. It'd take a while to take this guy down. So yes.
And you are a lot more focused on the puzzle, like in terms of seeing the combos opportunities in Puzzle and Dragons that I have been.
Mhm.
I have admitted that in the past. Oh no, mega skill.
So
break.
he just took away all my skill points.
Okay. I'd like that versus all your health. I will say
Yes.
that he could have the skill points. Take them.
through all that. So yes. So which one do I want to go this time? It's always this debate of which.
Which orb to start with? Oh, I wish those drops would fall.
Yep. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you can see.
Now he's gonna cause some damage to me.
How bad is it? Let's see.
Oh
Oof.
wow, a lot.
That's a lot. Okay, you've got recovery, though. You've got some recovery cubes lying around. And you've got a Z orb in play. So that could really
the
help.
green one too. You're right. Good
Yes.
call. So let's see what I can do here.
What are you going to do?
I'm debating. Oh no!
Uh-oh.
I didn't get to use my zero like I wanted to.
Okay. Yeah. You have another chance here, though.
We'll see if he doesn't.
Ooh,
He's
Okay, so again, unlike the Super Mario Bros. Edition, if Danny goes down, he's out. He has to do this dungeon again. So definitely you have to bring your A game, which hopefully he is about to do.
I have 2 turns, so let's see if I can get out of this one. I got some health.
Okay, some health too, and another Z orb. Oh wow, that took
a lot more
sizable
damage.
amount of damage.
But I definitely need to see how I can get my health back up a bit. So
Okay,
let's see what I can do to get.
you got skill points. Ooh, too late.
Making enough to survive when it attacks. Hopefully, he won't just attack me.
Yep.
Oh, it's a flit. He might take me down.
And oh,
I survived.
so close.
I'm
I
still
don't
alive.
believe you're
I'm
still alive.
I'm still alive.
What?
So let's try. What's Grudge do?
How can this be?
Does greater damage to a single foe. Oh, I should have done that earlier.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna use that skill right now.
Okay.
Because my HP is lower than 40%, so my whole. Oh, jeez. Since my HP was lower than 40%, his skill
So it'll
does
attack.
greater damage to a single foe the lower your HP is. Since my HP is so low,
Oh,
and I can use it twice.
okay.
Success!
And done. There you have it, folks. We have bagged this water dragon.
So what's cool here is so Volt Cubes is kind of the currency in the game you get to use as well.
Yep.
And now there'll be a little story at it. And we'll actually capture this right now as we're going through it. And it does. I got a new egg, which I don't know, and I did get 2 chips.
Okay.
And obviously the 2 kids are beat up now. The twins. Maybe they're not kids. I'm saying beating up kids, but Jun and Moo are not happy.
Okay. And we've got catchphrases.
Now they're gonna go home. It's almost time for dinner. It's hamburger night.
Oh man, of course. No, but that's fun. Like, and this is definitely a lot more story than what Puzzle Dragons has brought to the table.
Oh, Puzzle Dragons, and
Yeah,
the same context as Super Mario Bros. Edition
Yeah.
as well. There's this whole like these characters are a bit different story.
Definitely more of an RPG aspect, whereas the RPG aspect in prior Puzzle Dragons, to my knowledge, has been more about the capture collection development than it has the story.
Correct.
Okay.
And then here, this is a chance to now since you've freed the Sky Dragon will now basically say, he's really happy you've saved him. He thanks you very much. You've earned a reward. Now the big reward here is this item right here is basically my skill point limit. You saw the Dragon Jewel. You saw was 6.
Okay.
Now it's 7.
Oh, nice. Okay. So now you can take more skills.
And now I can have a
into the
5th
next fight.
team. Like, so I only had 4. Now I get a 5th team
Now
I can
15
create.
as a result as well.
And now it gives you a little bit more information about Dogma and
Cool.
what you're doing, what he's done, and why you're trying to, what he's trying to accomplish. He's trying to bring basically back it. He's using the sky dragons
Okay.
of death and the light and of death and life, which are not even part of the elements.
Got it.
So
Got
this
it.
whole thing gets into that.
All right, folks. Well, there you have it. We have defeated the sea
Sea
dragon,
dragon.
if you will. Yeah.
The water sky dragon.
Yeah,
And now you can see here, this is a cool thing to capture. So you can see part of this world coming back, of Dracomacia coming back together.
So
this is
for
where you
the
see,
world
yeah.
peace.
Yes.
There we go. It comes full circle.
It comes full circle. The
All
world
right.
PICE, as you mentioned a minute ago.
Cool.
And that's the world piece right there in the graphic. And then basically go back to Zed City and you'll meet with your boss and things will go from there.
Yep. All right. Well, we have one more commentary
Yes.
for you folks, so make sure you check back for more Puzzle and Dragons Z plus Puzzle and Dragons Super Mario Bros. Edition coverage right here on IGN.